Why do you scream at me? Why do you think that it's free? It's not a choice made by me. Once will fall, soon you'll see. When I looked into your eyes, I can see we need to change our lives. Let me in, then we both win. But not knowing that you're killing me. This silence, this building, tearing me fearfully. This silence, this building, tearing me. I'm screaming. These walls have broken memories, but still hold all the history. One brick breaks, one cracked line, pieces crumble in my mind. But when I looked into your eyes, I could see we need to change our lives. So let me in, then we both win. But not knowing that you're killing me. This silence, this building, tearing me fearfully. This silence, this building, tearing me. I'm screaming. Holes in the walls, screaming at me. Holes in your walls, screaming at me. Holes in my walls, screaming at me. Holes in the walls, screaming at me. This silence, this building, tearing me fearfully. This silence, this building, tearing me. I'm screaming. This silence, this building, tearing me fearfully. This silence, this building, tearing me. I'm screaming. Holes in the walls, screaming at night. Holes in your walls, screaming at night. Holes in my walls, screaming at night. Holes in the walls, screaming at night.
Hey, welcome to Canucks with Guitars, presented by LPD Pedals, Reno Fin Custom Guitars, Tesi Switch. Use coupon code Canucks and save 15% site-wide. FU-Tone, PTM Guitars, and of course our preferred retailers in the world, Flipside Music, now with over 1,100 pedals in stock at any given time. I'm Ben, that's Trev, with a light on. That's Terry, and we're Canucks with guitars. And we'll even talk about them on occasion. It's a Q&A show. You got the Q's, we got the A's. Leave a thumbs up. If you're new, please subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. Let's see. Who do we got in the chat here already? We got a bunch of folks in here. I'm going to go back. Who was first in the chat? Terry was first in the chat. Okay. That's fine. Paul Leonard Ewing, Randy Upchurch, Billy Baloney was hanging out with us last night. Awesome. Ferd Burfel, Dave Chase. You had some issues with the digitals on the Zoom. We saw you briefly, kind of. People moving around. I remember, but lifestyle choices. Randy Crooks is here. We've got them all talking to each other. There's Lee Elbarge. Good to see you. Dave Chase again. Yep. Ferd Burfel, Elbarge, Billy. Blah, blah. Tim Thomas. There we go. Tim finally entered the room at that point. 6 minutes late. That's fine. Then they all talked and included him in the cover. And then Jim showed up. You know, that's nice. Yeah. No, Terry dipped back in just to see, oh, people are here. Perfect. Then Joe Hervey's like, what's up, kids? And then Herb showed up. That's nice. AQ Music 10. Nice. Ryan Hall, of course. Pimp Daddy. Josh Tamberg on time even. Unfucking believable. Nice.
Cheers.
Graphite and cigars. Sure.
Brother.
James Hawking, Dwight Bailey, Tone Dragon, Dan of New Jersey.
Cheers, Dwight.
BC Rich 581. What else we got here? Guitar Man 45 is hanging out with us last night.
Cheers.
What? There's Mark Taft. Mark, got any plans for tomorrow? I forgot to text you a few minutes ago. You free tomorrow? How's your back? Speaking of bad backs, the one and only, the legend himself, Quentin James, he's keeping her low key today. Be safe. It's crazy down there. Stuff. Who else we got in here? Buzz Wilson's here. Great to see Buzz. Nice. Terry's doing court reporting. He's taking notes of tonight's show. Every time I hear clicks every time I read a name, so I think he's taking names. He's doing roll call himself for the minutes. So we read about it. Richard Nagamitsu's here.
That was Richard Nagamitsu is here. You just said, Ben.
Yeah, Richard Nagamitsu.
According to the records here.
Yep. Sassy Cat. Nice. Got 40 people. Nice.
Welcome, everyone.
Toad Dragon says, exciting week for me. The Maris LVX I ordered should be showing up. Definitely the most intense pedal I've ever purchased. Nice. Paint Namer's lurking. Nice. Terry's doing his taxes. LRM says that's possible. We don't know. No. We don't know. The camera's not pointing. We don't know what's on. We don't.
Filed a week and a half ago.
Oh, there we are. Spring finally spraying here today. We got into the 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 16 Celsius for the rest of the world. Yeah. Zach Thong, how's Zach feeling? He was watching from bed last night. He was not doing too well. Tone Drink says that's how I was able to afford the OVX. Thank you, tax return. Okay, we got a question. We have a question for the entire panel. Okay, guys. What do you use to clean your guitars? Trev says, Trev's like, you can clean your guitars?
Trevor's like, I'm not answering this. I'll be back in a second.
Anytime in the afternoon, Mark. If you need a lift, let me know. Or if you have a lift, let me know. I'll message you after the show. I'll try to remember to message you after the show. Basically, there's a shell of a car sitting in the yard over there. Going away on Saturday. Motor that we put in the garage. It's going away. There's a few parts they need to get off the workbench. It's buried. So it's going to be an archaeological expedition. With.
Yeah.
We got to dig out the engine hoist and stuff. Yeah, we got a car going with a bunch of parts. So that's why I was asking him. Mark He says he's got a doctor's appointment in the morning. Blah, blah. So what do we got here? I'm going to go back. So the question was, what do we use to clean guitars? Before I got sidetracked. So Trev, what do you use to clean guitars? Ice. I see a micro mesh cloth and lighter fluid. Bronzanol. Also, it's basically naphtha. Also used in dry cleaning quite often. I'm just saying.
Just to trigger Zach a little bit, I've also got some.
Yep. Isopropylene 99%.
What you use, Terry?
Combination of things depending on what I have at hand. I got Burt's Beeswax for fretboard stuff. I still got a few things of the Dunlop kit that Blackjack and Tiny Dragon got me 7 years ago. So some of the Dunlop cleaning products, otherwise like Trevor. Isopropylene's really good for getting out dirt. Again, you gotta just watch whatever finish your guitar has. Microfiber cloth. Not cheap paper towel, but the ones that are actually got really good softness to them. That's another thing that I've had people.
Yeah, you got to be really careful. Paper towel is okay as long as it's damp, but as soon as it dries out, you're going to get swirls, especially depending on the paint, but chances are. I like micro mesh. I like the lighter fluid because it's all in one. It's a cleaner. It's a degreaser. It does it flashes off fast, so you don't have to worry about something getting wet with it. It's going to wick off so fast that
that's the other nice thing with the isopropylene as well too.
Yeah, William De Silva likes the opening song. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
But yeah, I mean, pretty much almost anything out there for guitar cleaning is more.
Graphite Cigar says mineral oil. I would use that for the fretboard. I wouldn't use that on the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cleaning. We're not conditioning. If we're conditioning, I've got some Dunlop stuff. The fingerboard conditioner.
Oh, Michael Krause. I totally forgot about looking up that envelope phaser. He was locked away. Locked away. Don't use Comet, Billy. Don't use Comet.
That's what I said. Hey, if you really want to do a guitar video,
hello. If you want a custom finish, Quentin says I use a pressure washer. I said, about half a can of brake parts cleaner. Just soak it down.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, where you got to watch if.
And then stick a Tide Pod inside the control cavity. Keeps it fresh, Although, if you have static on the pick guard, a dryer sheet.
Yep. Yeah, definitely avoid any alcohol-like products.
Boosters here, Riff.
If you've got lacquer
Kurt's
finish.
Snuck in. Kurt 5150 in the house.
What's up, Kurt?
Hey, Kurt.
Paul brought some cats.
One of the under the bus networkians? Sure. I think that's a word.
Co-hostesses?
Yeah, brake cleaner, Billy. Just hose it. Well ventilated area.
Herb Fireside Studio. Brillo pad and a garden hose cleans up rickets.
Yep. Yeah. The Brillo pads with soap too, right? Mazel.
Yeah.
Anyone else expecting new gear this week? No.
Not I.
Unexpected? Possibly. Well, we don't know. Thursday. We don't know. We don't know what could happen on a Thursday.
Ben's day out.
I think I'm dragging my sister along this week.
Ooh.
Could be a good thing.
Yeah. So that way,
Especially if she buys lunch.
Well, we'll see something that might be a little beyond the budget. Early birthday present. I see it there. Well, there's a pawn shop downtown Kingston that they're always advertising on the Kijij with a variety of pedals and guitars. So, let's see, Naphtha, which is basically like lighter fluid. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
it works. I like the Ronsonol one better than the Zeppo brand for some reason.
Does that have a better scent?
Billy Baloney's no gear. He's getting 5 gallons of paint. How many coats are you putting on that body you were talking about? That's 5 gallons.
5 gallons of paint.
Starts out as an Ibanez SA series and ends up like an ES 175 by the time you're done with it. All the paint turns into a jazz box. Wow, that's a really deep finish. Well, it's got 114 coats. It better be deep. There's Hip. He survived last night. Just apparently.
Nice.
There isn't anything I need, thankfully. There's a couple things I wouldn't mind. There's always the list, but they're basically all unicorns on the list. Like, I'm not stumbling into an electric 12 that's affordable anytime soon.
Basement ceiling.
All right, so are you doing multicolor? And if so, just keep moving that body around on the drop cloth and just have a Jackson Pollock effect. Just a thought.
Yes, Pimp Daddy, acetone. Especially not on the lacquer body. That's actually how I stripped.
Don't use acetone on any. No, do not use acetone. No, because it'll melt your lacquer. It'll melt your binding.
Yes, I found that out the hard way too.
If you're really quick with you can kiss a poly with it, but even then you want to. No. What's up, Michael B. Live? Let's see. Marshall Murray, anybody just try tying a knot at the end of strings to make them like ball ends when changing nylon strings? No, I just buy ball end nylon strings. Save that whole hassle.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do with nylon strings, but...
Aren't you supposed to do that under over? It's kind of like a half Windsor wraparound tie.
Yeah.
There's a couple different methods. I did it once in high school. Haven't done it since.
I saw a video on it once.
Yeah. I don't recommend just tying knots because you create pinch points and it can
compress.
Yeah, it break.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. If you did that, it probably would make it snap.
Guarantee it's going to wedge itself inside your bridge assembly to the point of you're going to use all the curse words you know and 3 you didn't know to fix that situation when it's time to restring it again.
Poking type object.
Pimp Daddy knots on the strings abuse the bridge over time.
Exactly.
Use ball ends.
Yeah.
That's actually good to know, Pimp Daddy. Thank you.
Marcia Murray says they don't make ball end on my favorite type of strings. I think you need to find a new favorite.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. James Hawking, did you get to do any research into the Mimic? I did not. Make sure it's the stereo version. The mono version won't create the desired effect. Well, yeah, definitely, because another reason to have stereo pedals on the board. Yes. Or do I branch off using it on one of the stereo feeds already, Trev, so that allows for a third offshoot? You running wet, dry, wet? No, I'm running wet, wet, and wet. Why would I want to be dry? Wet, wetter, and wettest. Exactly.
Wet, dry, and slightly aroused.
There's moist, damp, soaked.
Jordan, strings are overrated.
Mark says the TV works great. Great. Mark bought a TV today. You know what's even better about it, Trev? He bought it from me.
More clear in your space.
Yep. Yeah, really, it was literally just sitting in my bedroom on the floor next to the side of the bed I don't use, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I got a much bigger. That one was like a 32-inch, and then now I don't know what it is, 56, 64. I don't know. It's big. Takes up the whole dresser is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wet, dry, and repeat, right? Dolby 7.1. No, I don't need to go vertical. I don't need to do vertical. The only way I do vertical is if I'm playing through a stack. That's vertical.
Herb had a relevant question. Did you see Herb's question?
Hang on.
Just up above Mark's question, underneath Joe Harvey's mud flaps.
Loaded question coming. Who would you suggest for a kill switch? Why, everybody. Go to TesiSwitch.com. Use coupon code Canucks and save 15%. They have all kinds of stuff. See, they got like light 'em up arcade styles. Those are the Nelly. See, they were $17 at the time. They also have Master 8 strings. I also have the Master 8 picks, which I've been using for years. Literally. I bought a couple packs years ago. They don't wear out.
Yeah.
They take a long time. This one's starting just now. But, Terry, I bet you there's got to be 100 hours on that pick. And it's still usable. It's not like it's worn down like where it's getting shorter at this point.
The one
like
you've
the
given
slide
me,
stuff.
it's hardly
Also,
worn at
apparently
all.
carrying the old Black Mountain thumb picks. If you want more info on them, I did a demo on my channel, on this channel.
There you go.
And of course, we got DiMarzio parts and pots and switches. Oh my. Oh yeah. Plus, Earthquaker
Okay.
pedals, Keeley pedals, Matero effects as well. Yeah. I can, Marsha Murray. You'll tell me. No. Actually, he might. Tone Dragon bought some gravity picks. Expensive, love the sound, but they don't last that long pre-display. They do shred. I noticed that. I had one of those like Dayglow yellow ones, and it looked like there was pollen all over my guitar at the end of the night. Just because it was shredded, this shredded yellow powder. It's like all under the paint. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, pollen in there? Because it was an outdoor gig, too, Trev. So I thought, pollen. No. Gravity pick and overzealous pick slides.
Get those Flintstone picks look like they don't wear out.
Yeah.
No,
I got
but they
one.
probably would kill
Isn't
your
this like one of those
strings.
Steve from Boston picks, Terry?
Oh yeah, yeah. Pablo.
Pablo, my favorite pick.
It'd be funny.
I can never figure out how Johnny Winter played with thumb pick. Well, some thumb pick, especially if you're going to still play like using it like a regular style pick, Trev, you'll never you don't drop it because it's on. That's the great thing. You don't lose them.
Yeah, it definitely helps if you have that foundation with kind of like finger picking with your picking hand.
I could never finger pick with thumb and finger picks though. It's like, I don't know. It'd be like instantly having super long fingernails. Like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm way back here, and I'm used to being all up here. So
yeah, it reminds me of some of those crazy banjo players you see, and they just start and it's just like, holy crap.
Yeah, they got most of them wear the acrylic nails and just give her. Yes, the hybrid picking.
Stainless steel picks. Yeah, that might not kill strings too badly.
I couldn't use them. I'd shred my strings apart. I have a metal pick. My guitar strings lasted a matter of a few minutes. You could probably measure it in seconds more than minutes. And they were just shredded. What's up, Hippie J? He likes the John Petrucci jazz picks. They're popular. I hear a lot of people like them. Yeah, see, I tried to hold one up, in fact. There you go. Too small for me.
Beauty of those.
What's up, Tony? Tony, your penance for being late. You have to play 4 pentatonic scales. Your choice of key.
Tone be with you.
Michael B's going with a thick aluminum pick for bass currently. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Hey, Preston. Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Preston.
Cheers, man.
He's putting out a bunch of content lately. Everyone should check out Preston Smith's channel, too.
Yep.
He does some
pretty cool fruitcake, Tony.
Gotta say.
Yeah, he was asking, he's like, I need some song suggestions. I'm like, well, you can't go wrong with some Anvil for Canadian content. So he did.
Just needs the two Fender Twins.
Trev's going for that lips sound. It was focused. Trev's like, how does this come through? Bah! It sounded like Lemmy.
Oh, wow.
Like it was like a distorted bass, but a trebly distorted bass. Like I was like, it's glorious. I'm not sure if that's the sound you're going for, but man, that would sound glorious in a mix.
Well, like I said, that one time me and Twang went and seen Anvil and Aurelia, and it was double twins.
Loud, aren't they?
They were ear killers, and it wasn't bass. It was like you said, they're more mid and treble, and it's just wow.
Well, Lips plays through 2 twins, and he hits them with an SD1.
Oh God! Well, no wonders why.
Forged in fire. Nice. Yep. So, we've got any more questions coming in? Let's see. See anything else new and exciting here going on? Uploaded this Thursday vlog video that may come out on Thursday. We'll see. Probably.
BC
twice in a row.
says, oddly enough, I use lighter picks on a bass than guitar. I use a medium anything on bass, and a guitar is 8/8 to 1 millimeter thick. That's interesting.
Ryan had some basically environmentally friendly picks, I guess, because they're made from like corn and wheat, I guess. So maybe you can eat them for up your fiber content as well. I don't know. I mean,
a lot of the time, if I'm not playing, I'll hold my pick like this in my mouth. There, is that going to like be a snack? Is it going to taste like a tortilla chip or
right?
I use a medium Tostitos.
I'll have the Pringle in one more, please.
I like to use the medium Tostitos with a hint of lime. Just
there we go. Focus.
Show me your pick.
Yep. I'm gonna go real close and I'll back
Focus my pick. Focus my
Focus
pick.
on my pick.
Show us the damn pick already.
I'm trying to shut you out, Tony. Let's try this way.
Yes, Preston's
go to
also
that
been
channel.
doing some
There you
awesome
go.
wood stuff besides
Go to
his,
that channel.
Yep.
He does that show.
I'll grab a link for Frank Switch.
And he does that show. Because he's one of those guys that likes that straight music. Just saying. Back to our originally scheduled programming. Tone Dragon's going to try the Dunlop Flow Jazz style, I think, next. Nice. Randy says, I have to tell you. I'm like, all right. So there's no option here, Trev. He has to tell me that Hamer he bought is so nice. Just have a thing for Hamer double cuts. That's cool. Favorite guitar cables?
Favorite cables for amp to cab? Mogami.
I like the D'Addario cables. I've got several that have literally lasted for years at this point. I usually look for anything with lifetime warranty. And then where it says lifetime warranty on the cable, put a clear piece of tape over it so it doesn't rub off. Because if it doesn't say it on the cable anymore, they won't warranty it.
Very nice, Preston. My case, believe it or not, maybe that's why I have grounding issues. Amazon Basics.
That could be it.
I got a few Amazon Basics.
Okay, that's one of the times you don't go to the Jungle website, sort by cheapest. No.
I also
Jose cables are decent. Mogami. Marsh Murray says Boss cable. I didn't even know Boss made cables.
Yeah. Not a surprise.
Well, they have branded cables, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, the D'Addario stuff's good. If you're Canadian, honestly, the Yorkville cables aren't too shabby, and they got a decent warranty.
Bulk of my cables are the Yorkvilles. I think I have one fancy Fender brand.
I used to use Fender Custom Shop cables, but they kept getting shorter. They went from 20 feet to 19 to 18.6 or whatever. And then they stopped with the lifetime warranty, and there was just a limited warranty. And I said, I'm hard on cables. I don't want. And those things lasted 3 years. They last 3 years. Rich said the same thing, 3 years for him. He bought two of those cables, Trev, 2 weeks apart. Guess what? They both failed within 2 weeks of each other.
Wow.
Right? It's definitely a expected life.
Yeah, I've had one monster cable which actually died pretty quickly. Mind you, it lasted 2 years, but still compared to some of the other cables.
Richard mentions PRS cables just because he wants to be a snob. I kid because I love Richard. Richard makes me go, man, I got to catch up on Zoom calls. Jeez, that man's he's a wild man.
One of those. Need to get one of those. Wouldn't mind having one of those.
Plus, he makes a lot of lifestyle choices on a hang. And that's why I got to try to keep up. Speaking of lifestyle choices, Mazel.
The candy pan?
Mazel. Yep. I got to snag on some more of these.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody grab their candies. I can't grab this one though, it's empty.
Blackjack?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Blackjack. Guitar?
Which rub sub? Oh,
No, I
that's
did
got all
watch-
the extract in it.
I did watch that Pete Thorne where he did the cable shootout, if you will, and how the different cables may or may not affect your tone and tonality. But 99% of the time, I'm using active pickups.
Yeah.
I'm not going to need to worry about spending extra money.
Fruitcake Tony has a pick-related question. I'm shocked. I'm not. Has your dad ever used felt or wood picks before? Not to my knowledge. Do we have examples of dad's picks? Because I know what he used for picks. Yep, that's one of them. And,
This little pick-shaped object came with my snark picks. And it's
Nope.
abrasive on both sides. I think the idea being that if you don't like the shape, you can change it.
All right, so he was a big fan of these,
Is that
the Dunlop oranges. I forget what the thickness of these was.
Tortex? Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange Tortex, yeah.
I don't like them because I don't know if you can see the bend in it.
Yep.
That's my problem with them. I started out with these, and I put a bend into them, Trev. That's why I need a harder pick, because no. The other ones he would use. So one of them. Except lighter. I think the 60. This is a 73, but he'd use the 63s, the lighter gray.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I have anymore. Oh, and
Like
Bo
baseball.
was
Is that
mentioning
what it
last
is?
night, and I didn't have a chance to go, I got one of those too. Bo mentioned he got, because from Fruitcake Tony, a pick of destiny.
Look at that.
Nice.
That's really cool. Love that.
Now, if you want to go old school,
Now, looking at that, I mean, that pick
Fender
that
medium triangle.
Fender medium triangle. That's yeah.
I might try those picks that Tim Pierce is using. I've been thinking of maybe jumping to one. of
Oh,
those.
I got into those last year actually for a while, Trev. Yeah, like I don't know if I want to show off that one. Hang on, let me see here. No, ooh, there's a gravity pick. Sure, there's a flip side music pick. Imagine that. There's one like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Found this
These
in the neck
music
pocket
picks.
of a guitar.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I remember that was in the neck pocket of the guitar, I think. Oh, is that one of... That must be one of Dad's old ones. I bet it is, too. Oh, it's a 60. Yeah, there's one. Worn down.
Nice.
See? Does
Wow.
not come anywhere close to a point. Oh, there's an O-ring for something, but sitting in here until we figure out what that's for. That's fine. So right there. That's
Sassy Cat Winkle rotary pick. No need to apologize.
Say
to you.
Esquire, medium. I swear it says 11 mil, but it's not. Worn down. I don't know. That's old.
Huh.
Pretty soft on the edges.
Oh, I got one of those little jazz 'em up picks.
Huh?
Jazz 3. Old school Jazz 3. Look at the logo. Jeez.
Yep.
Louise.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I've had it a while, Terry.
Yeah, for some reason I can't use those Jazz 3s. I'm so used to like a larger.
Badass. 3 mil.
Yeah, that's nice.
A Gravity Classic.
Ooh.
A 90. What's up, Mark? I mean, what's the best reason to stop by a JHS booth at NAMM?
Get some picks.
JHS gravity picks. That's why you swing by. Tusk picks? Yep.
Yeah.
I've got one in here.
They've been making them for the last 4 or 5 years, I think, now.
Oh, there's a death by audio.
That's the shame.
It's a little smaller than your other ones. Oh, and then we got some chicken picks.
Yep.
2.1.
It's one of those triangle ones.
Yep. And then 3.5 mil.
I got one like that.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Don't care for them. Got them from China Mike. Thanks again, China Mike. Ooh, there's for your classical or acoustic. 48 nylon.
Oh.
Flippity floppity.
Oh. Yeah, that. Grover Ullman out of Australia. I don't know who you are, but I got one of your picks, apparently. It's got a skull on it. I don't know.
That's
Nice.
cool.
I think I've used it because it's shaved down on one side. Oh. I was like, what's this? The Canadian Centennial there, Trev?
Kind of looks like the NBC Peacock.
That's what I was just going to say.
Good, Dario.
Hey,
Huh.
that's that. There you go. Okay. I was.
Oh, it says something. Yeah, it does say Canada 150. There you go. So
Oh, wow. Nice.
where? How? Where? Help a fella understand how that entered into my life. No clue.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe at Cosmo?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember when Canada's 150th anniversary.
Oh, wait. That was like 2022, wasn't it?
Oh, long ago.
Yeah.
Centennial was in the 70s, right?
No, wait. 150. 1867. 2017.
Which would have
Yes,
been
right.
when one of the...
So, okay, so that's like 6 years ago. So God knows where that came from.
There's been a lot of shit go down since then.
A lot of lifestyle choices.
With a different world.
Couple things here. INF Unbelievable says, best worst guitar solo that's tough to play. His suggestion is, I want to be sedated if out of tune.
Retro Lawrence pick.
Ooh, nice.
That's got a big ass shape to it.
Ooh, another triangle pick. Tysco.
Now we're make that out of corn, and you definitely
Wow,
got a radio.
Tysco.
Some guy named Mix Picks.
That's just good marketing right there.
Buzzcats.
Yeah, we got a few different odd ones. Stuff, sure. Anyways, what were we talking about? What was the question?
There was a question regarding string height and gauge for slide guitar.
Yes, that was her.
That was Herb.
All right.
Question.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I don't adjust. I just play slide.
Yeah,
But in theory, you'd want to raise the action enough that you're not hitting the frets when you're sliding. What's up, Randy Price? Also, a lot of guys will go up.
Yeah, thicker strings.
I'll say 2 gauges of strings, Trev. Like if you play 9s, put 11s on a slide guitar. If you play 11s, use 13s.
Yeah.
Also depends on what you tune to. You know, open E puts a lot more neck tension than open D, right? Because it's a full step.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go in open D, you probably want to go with some heavier strings. Open E, you might even get away with the same strings. You might not even need to want to change gauges.
Right.
You know? You can use flat ones. They're definitely quieter, that's for sure. But yeah, it depends on how much pressure you use when you play slide. I don't use a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, probably you could do when you set the gauge height, they give you a minimum and a maximum height. Probably staying with the maximum height.
But for me, because I normally play 9s, I probably go with a set of 11s.
Yeah.
At more or less factory height, because I don't like factory height, right? Like being 4/64ths, we'll say, is factory, and I like about 2.5. So. Yeah. So that's me. Yeah, you might want to go up if you find you're pressing on. I mean, you're really pulling it out of tune and fretting out and stuff. But a lot of guys also prefer higher nut action on a pure slide guitar too. You can get those slide nuts. Basically, it's a nut that goes over top of your nut.
Yeah.
Jack it right up Pro style.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, and that's a really good idea, and they're not super expensive either.
No, it's just a piece of bent metal. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, take care, Preston.
See you, Preston. Go melt some faces.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm kind of hungry. Dang it. What's up, Jim Cox?
My house smells like turkey. I did my stock today. Ground all the bones and
All good, Herb.
the carcass and the soup pot.
10 figured.
It's interesting. My one friend, she was smoking duck for Easter.
Hey, there's Doug Strong. Now we can start the show. We've been treading water for 42 minutes.
Yeah.
On that note, he
need
got
to
the
be
kids
here
down by
sooner.
8:40. That's not too shabby.
Pretty good night here.
Because they're growing every day. So they're going to put up more of a physical as well as mental battle every night. So Cat had Easter leftovers for dinner. So did I. There were leftovers that my sister brought over, and then I ate it up.
How did you make out there? Did you get everything you were hoping for?
Then I had to do some potatoes myself, so I just made extra potatoes last night anyway, so
Yeah.
No big deal. Johnny Love says, "Hey Ben, ever think of doing slightly earlier live streams for the European audience? Just wondering. Cheers." Great question, Johnny Love. I used to, when I had a more stable internet connection and had more time during the day to do that stuff. But I would like to again, especially if I had better bandwidth, I can just hop on and do it. I don't have to worry about Dad not using the internet while I'm on. Plus, he's a little more hands-on during the day, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
So
More active.
Yeah. I was going to say...
that's why I'm able to do these this time of night, because he's pretty much settled in by 7 p.m. He's already ready for his first nap of the evening. Because he'll nap from, say, 7 to 10, then wake up and chat with some friends online till midnight. Unbelievable. Are GHS boomers the worst strings on the market? That's why I sent mine to Ben.
Never tried them.
Yep. If I can't string a guitar with them without breaking, trying to tune it up to pitch, they're not worth buying. All I know is I used to buy boomers all the time because that's what my dad used. He goes, "How'd you ever break a boomer?" I'm like, "How did you not?" He says, "Well, I have a guitar that's set up right." Really? Because I've broken many a string on his telly until switched brands.
Yeah, but the BC Rich, the thing that you forget there is you said Stevie Ray Vaughan played them. Yeah, but also Stevie Ray Vaughan were playing 12s. So I think they'd be less prone to break.
And I remember a lot of guys are playing boomers, but I say a lot of guys were playing boomers back in the day. A lot of guys were endorsed by boomers back in the day.
Got the strings for free, so it didn't matter.
Right?
Yeah.
sort of like you saw a lot of guys in posters holding up guitars that they were paid to hold, whereas when you heard the album, they weren't using that guitar on the album. They might use it live, they aren't using it on the album. Never tried sit strings.
And Guitar Man 45, he says that he yesterday has been working on Brun Your Stomp using the Helix. Maybe over the next couple Zoom calls, maybe he'll actually have a recording of it. That's awesome, Bo.
Cool.
Speaking of Buffalo meetings.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Water Buffalo meetings, this coming Wednesday is our next Water Buffalo meeting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
What time, Ryan Hall? I went through it with him the other day in another chat. And I think he's got it told. Wednesdays is always going to be.
Wednesdays at what time, Ryan, for you?
Saturdays. It's always going to be in the same time.
That's a good deal, Joe.
1 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm mainly Didarios now. I still play Ernie Balls once in a while when it's 7 Eastern, Ryan.
7 Eastern, 6
Central.
Central.
You got a 50-50 chance here. You're one time zone away. Herb mentions Beato and Scholl. Yeah, a couple of years ago they did a thing on the string gauges. I let the guitar decide. I try to go as light as possible, but if it really sounds anemic all of a sudden, I'll up the gauge a bit. Or feels anemic. It could be a feel thing. I don't know. Hello, Mr. Mick.
I did watch that Beato string rundown thing, but I mean, I'm always half step down, and I just start from scratch.
No, Joe.
I needed with more resistance.
Unless we have a company. Mr. Mick asks, are there any guitar companies that make guitars, I assume, in Canada? Yes.
Yeah.
We have Prestige Guitars out on the West Coast, and then, of course, Godin, which is a big company.
Yeah.
Well, of course, with all, like on the electric side, it's Godin. Then on the acoustic side, it's Godin and Norman and Seagull.
Art and Luthier.
Yeah. I think that's all of them.
Yeah.
There's a bunch. They are basically the Canadian guitar market in many ways, though.
Yeah, beyond that, there's no other big actual guitar manufacturers now.
No.
In Canada.
No, like nothing that would consider an actual, like beyond a one-man operation.
Yeah, most of the rest are boutique-y, kind of little, like you said, 1 or 2 main operation things.
Now, BC Rich, in the first Thursday vlog video, I specifically showed a Lado bass off for you.
Yep.
Specifically, because that was full-on Canadian BC Rich style, as opposed to later Canadian Kramer style.
Larvae? Yeah, they are.
Larvae, yeah. I always forget about them. I don't know how. They're a great guitar company.
Yeah.
Billy G plays 7s. Unbelievable.
Yep.
7 through 36, I want to say.
Bless you, all over the place. Everything sounds sharp. Yep.
Ooh, Patrick Trace he says, I have a Lado Concord bass.
Nice.
I would like to see a photo of that. Email it to the email address. CanucksWithGuitars@gmail.com. I would love to show off your Lado bass.
Speaking of email and showing off pictures, is there any...
I believe he's in Alberta, BC Rich. I want to say Patrick's... I think he said, he's like northwestern Alberta.
Right.
Because he said, I'm west of Edmonton. And I went, there's stuff west of Edmonton? Alberta.
Alberta.
It's still cold out. You can't enunciate fully.
Yep.
Right.
He's teeth-thawing.
What about those 4-string tenor guitars? Ryan really wants to know because he used all the question marks. I've never played one, primarily because I don't know how they're tuned, so I don't know how to fret one. So I don't have an opinion. That's a good question. Whatever happened to signature guitars? I'm not sure. Unbelievable.
I've heard of the brand. Can't say I've
I remember
ever
Alex
seen
playing
any.
them. Promise, if you do a search for signature guitars, it'll be everyone's signature model that'll come up. Mark, I assume that would be John's friend or cousin.
Yeah, I was going to say I've heard that name, but I didn't know
doesn't
it was
ring
an
a bell.
independent builder in Canada.
Top 4 strings of a guitar, same as a baritone uke. Oh, well, that just makes sense. But probably tuned up an octave? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure on it. Good questions, though. So I was going to replace the mower blades on the mower this week. We'll see how that works out. Now that I got to delve through the garage looking for random car parts, I got to find an intake manifold and 2 carburetors for a flathead V8.
Jeez.
I pretty much know where the intake is, Terry. I can't get to it at the moment, though.
Digging your way to get to it.
Yeah.
Okay. According to Wikipedia,
Oh,
tenor
we get it,
guitar or 4-string guitar is a slightly smaller 4-string relative to steel string acoustic guitar or electric guitar. The instrument was initially developed in its acoustic form by Gibson and C.F. Martin so that players on the 4-string tenor banjo could double on guitar.
Right. Brian Hall says, I seen the videos on RJ's channel with a bunch of exclamation marks. So he's like really excited. Never remembers why seeing one. Well, they're actually more traditional in folk music, so or in bluegrass. So I'm actually surprised you haven't in your neck of the woods. Just saying.
How do you pronounce garage in Canadian?
Garage. Garage.
Garage.
Yeah. It's a soft G on the end. We don't do the garage. It's a garage. What's up, Ryan?
There he is. Hey, do you still have that pick handy with the Dario symbol on it?
Yeah. Maybe.
Can you show it again? Because Ryan was trying to identify. I think he's got a tuner with that symbol on it. We were trying to figure out what brand
The
that
Kalen,
was.
the 150 symbol? Ooh, let's see here. Talk amongst yourselves.
It was in the last 10 picks. It shouldn't be too deep.
No, because I moved a bunch around looking for other picks. But at least it's two-sided. So. Ooh, well, apparently I got a XL Jazz 3.
Wow. XL series.
There you go.
Sure. 1.35 mil. Apparently I have 2 of those guys' skull things.
Hey, Craig Tomlinson.
Oh, there it is. Haha. What's up, Craig T. Tomlinson?
Yeah. Now on the back side of that was isn't that it, right?
The Dario.
The half circle emblem thingy? I think that's the one.
It's really just a rip-off of the CBC logo from the 70s. Just saying.
All right, I digress.
You get your jazz size vintage LPD. And of course, we got my fancy PV ones I used to use on stage.
Oh, I like that.
What happens when the laser hits that?
Oh, you get all blinded. Yeah, but really, it's just a red pick. It's a clear red pick with treatment on it.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
Glitter on the front side.
They don't last, though, as you can tell, like by the bottom.
Ooh. Yeah, you wore that one pretty good.
Well, you can see where my thumb was. Like, there's a dead spot in the middle, even.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, like that.
Oh, jeez.
Will it focus on? Yeah, the one side is totally dead. But yeah, I glammed it up, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
They're blowing them out at Arden's cheap, Trev. So I got like, I don't know,
Why not?
2 or 3 dozen of them. That's Arden's music.
Yeah.
Easy. There we go. There's the Trenton phone number. Area code 613. Pixel old. Doesn't even have 10-digit phone number on it. And I can see on the back, I've carved with a razor blade a bunch of lines in it to try to get some form of grip.
Traction.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Just to try. And, it's still smooth as a baby's ass. What the hell's that? What's another big Dunlop? The big something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Big stubby. That's right. Yeah, I got one of those. I think the exact same color too.
But it's feel because they carve out the center so much that it doesn't feel that thick.
Not going to show up, is it?
Yeah. Actually, Trevor's got one too.
Oh, here's one of those metal picks I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
It kind of has a carbon fiber look to it. Actually, I kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of like a sports
Which,
car.
if you can see, I did. Oh, no, you can't. There we go. That edge. See it? I pulled all the powder coat off in like a second and a half, and then that just turned into a Ginsu knife on my strings.
So quickly getting back to what Bo had asked, he said, "What do you guys think of the ESP EC1000? If that's the Les Paul style
Yeah,
guitar,
that's the Lester Paul style with all the bling.
and if you like a lighter Les Paul style guitar, they're awesome.
Nice.
Dunlop Tortex
Yeah,
in the larger.
tortilla chip.
Yeah, is that turtle tube? I don't know what the hell is that. Tone. Dude, I don't know. It's got a little thing on it. I'm just showing off a bunch of picks that Fruitcake Tony's now going to call me on. He's going, I want them all. I don't have any of those. They're all industry ones.
They're nice.
Can't afford a Strymon pedal, but I can afford one of their picks.
There you go. Something. Got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, Joe Hurley's right. They make Harley Benton makes a copy of it as well too. The ECS 1000.
Oh, there we go. 24 frets active pickup. Yep. Blinged out. It's got all the mother or no abalone or I don't know all around the headstock and yeah, it was about $400 for the Strymon pick. Yep.
Yeah, that's true. What Richard said. The LTD versions have gone up.
Oh man, that coil is dead and not paper. I gotta replace that coil. Just see in case Patrick sent me a photo of the Lato. He did not. He wants to be a Lato tease. That's fine.
There was no more pedal boards that got submitted.
Well, I don't know. Look.
Maybe.
Well, Lee updated his board. That's right. I can tell everyone I own a Strymon. Let's see here. What am I looking for? Right. Lee.
Yeah, that's true, Billy Baloney. Ben can tell everyone he owns a Strymon now, yeah.
Good idea, Terry. I'll do that right after this. All right. So this is the L-Barge pedalboard redo.
Oh.
All right. We got a tuner. Okay. Then a flanger. Oh, wait. Wait. I should say signal chain, right to left. Yes. Oh. All right. Tuner. Flanger. Delay. reverb, overdrive, chorus. Now, this was sent in. When was this sent in?
Last week?
Thursday. So
Sure,
this is
Robert,
prior to
Robert.
last night's rant, which the rant was based off the reminder to Lee. Reverb is last.
Right.
Delay next to the reverb. Other than that, clean looking board. But delay on the end. So, yeah.
It's looking better than it did the first round, I gotta say.
I think all he did was move the flanger in front of them.
It wasn't a tuner in the middle last time, too?
Oh, it could have been.
Which
No.
I guess technically doesn't
You don't need an albatross pedal on any board, Kurt.
No. You use those for pest control. You put that out behind the woodshed.
It's good for keeping papers down if you got a window open on your near your desk. You need to prop a door open. If you want a tripping hazard for an elderly or a toddler. Yeah, that's
Not part of the
working
ball.
on your car. You don't want it to roll in the driveway. Wedge an albatross
Put
pedal
that
under the
on
wheel.
car.
There's several uses for them, none of which is on a pedal board.
Yeah.
Or you can use it either by playing through it to scare off solicitors at the door, or just chuck it at them. That works.
Mm-hmm.
Richard was
I
asking.
threw an albatross at me.
Richard was asking about my pedal board, so what I'll do is I'll actually take a photo of it while you read the Patreon members list, Ben.
That's what I was going to do. That's right. I want to thank the patrons on Patreon.
And after that, I'll get to your question, Johnny.
All right. So you become a patron by searching for my name on the site or go to that link. Want to shout out LRM Guitars, T. Ricky, Guitar Man 45, Cousin Todd Flowers, Doug Strong, Randy Crooks, Mo Mahogany, Fruitcake Tony, Blackjack Guitar, Keith H., Paul McNary, and the Cats. Other left, Ferd Murphle, JP Page 2, John ZD351, Brother Ben Tom, Jeff K, Symmetry. Hey, that's that guy. Gear Junkie 35, Charles Green, unfucking believable, Charles 75N, who is missing in action again tonight. Kidnapped 2 nights in a row. Hot Rod Josh and Mr. Anderson. Yay!
Mr. Anderson.
Actually, it's Mr. Anderson 59. Oops. Oh, get the wrong one off. Well, we'll just take them all off now. Watch Terry walk around. All right. Let's do a full photo. Getting all the angles. Get the hood open and the doors open. Yeah.
Get the lighting right. So Johnny Love asks, hey, Trev, what amp do you mostly play through at the moment? That'd be my JCM 950 watt high gain dual reverb into the Marshall.
He wants to get
and
fully
the
rated and or roasted. I see how it works. All right.
Times 412s.
We'll wait till he gets back. What's up, Robert Ranford?
Cheers, Robert.
We'll just wait. What's that? It's a homemade board, probably. Yeah. Made out of wood. Okay. All right. Now, Terry, I assume the signal chain is standard pedal board style where it goes bottom row first and then the second row?
I'm back now.
I know. That's why I just asked you the question.
Yeah, I didn't catch the first part of it.
Okay. So, standard pedal board layout, I go down across the bottom row first and then the top row?
Sure.
Is that how it...
Bottom row, 4-cable method.
Oh, okay.
Bottom row is into amp. Top row is into effects loop.
That's why I needed the clarification if
No
I
problem.
have to roast you on something. All right. All right, Terry gets -1 mark because there's way too much empty space on the board. That's my rule, Terry. Sorry, I can fit at least.
But yet, when a fella asks, can you buy a pedal board that's too big for the amount of pedals? It's like, no, get the biggest one you can. But we're going to take away a point.
So we've got a wah. Okay. We got a mod tone flex distortion, supreme distortion. Okay. Yeah, wow. He's got all the gain going on that thing. Full send. Then we got an op amp muff. Okay. I'd probably flip the two unless you have it set up to cascade. Then we got this thing. What's that? Oh, is that JHS thing, Terry?
Yep. That's the
all right, what's that, a Sweet Tea?
Yep.
Right.
Version 2.0.
Right. Okay. So I'm guessing the flex distortion has a lot of distortion. Am I correct?
Yeah, it does
Especially since you have it dying.
relatively good.
Okay. I would put that third. I'd have my fuzz right after the wah, then the Sweet Tea, because they're milder into the biggest. I always put biggest last because that way, if I need a little more on the biggest, I can get a little more on the biggest. That's me. Still roasting Terry on it. See, just because he's a co-host doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right, now we're going up into the room.
That anyways.
We got the Mod 11. All right, so that's a jealousy factor. I think, is it? No, it's not a jealousy factor. I thought that was an organ one, but Mod 11, cool. I get it. Into the Zoom multi-stomp that Shanahan rocked for years. One of those.
Yep. MG50.
Yep. Into the Cuvave. Whoa, reverb. Last, folks. Well, not last. Why? Because there is one time that's not last. That's right, because Terry has a Ditto looper, and he wants everything into the loop to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. All right. Homemade board?
Yes, actually, that was given to me as, I think, a Christmas gift from House of Twang.
Cool.
He made it.
Nice. All right, yeah, so other than the spaces, because you've... Well, all right, so you got room for... I don't know. Dare I say a suggestion of a fuzz face style fuzz, because I know you kind of like your fuzzes. That way you got your humbucker fuzz and your single coil fuzz.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I like it. There's the room there for the, I don't know if I like this pedal spot, which I've had on several boards. There'd always be that slot. So this is Terry's board.
For one or two more.
Yeah. So he has room for expansion, which is, like I said, I'd rather see them all crammed on than not enough. And so other than that, Terry has a great board, well laid out in the correct order, other than, like I say, I'd put that over there, and I'd shift those two over. That's all I would do.
Yeah, like I'm still trying to understand and experiment with those pedals itself, so.
And while doing that, hey, guess what? We got a photo of a Lato Concord bass in.
Nice.
Wow, that thing is...
Later, Zach.
Later, Zach.
See you, Zach.
Oh, wow, this thing.
Joe Hervey, no metal zone.
That's
actually basically what the flex distortion is. It has a low to mid-level gain.
I don't know how I feel about this. It's a bass.
No, Richard, I don't.
I really don't know if it's beautiful or just ugly. I don't know.
It's one of those.
I've never seen two sets of pickups spaced that far apart before, but.
Oh wow!
And that headstock, just drinking that body shape.
Oh my god, it's been a while since I've seen split P bass pickups.
And then this headstock.
Oh my
Please
god!
focus.
It's the home defense model.
Yeah, won't let me focus in anymore. Come on, focus. There it is. It was
close.
There.
It's close.
Closer. There it is. There.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Like he added the part in the bottom just so he could put his logo on it. He's like, I didn't leave room for the logo.
Looks like a hip bone or
That
something.
thing though, that is all kinds of wrong and right. I don't on the cream pickup. I was like, dude, you have you got it.
I guess I felt I'd have to try it on
You
and see
can't
how it
modify it.
fits.
I don't even play bass, and I'd have to snag that out of a store. Oh man, that's it's, no.
That's really all over the place in regards to actually body shape styles.
Right, Michael Gross? He says, I look at that bass and I can smell the Aquanet. Right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Fishnets and Aquanet.
James likes it.
Designed by Picasso.
I was
Pretty
thinking
much.
Salvador Dali myself.
On my ear. It's on the headstock.
That thing, Patrick, that thing is awesome. That's I'm gonna be thinking about that bass for at least 3 days. Oof.
Looks like something that you'd see someone playing in the late 70s during the...
I expect Gilmore.
Progressive.
Was it Gilmore who was from
Yeah.
Triumph?
Headstock's a bottle opener.
I bet BC Rich loves it. He's I really like it. I bet you do. That's yeah. Sure, pimp.
You're out.
Yes, since it has
See, Patrick's just
in Canada.
drinking in the comments. You right, Tone Dragon? That hit something. Top quality bass from the 70s. Yep.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Excuse me.
Yeah. That's everything that's right and wrong with Lados.
Yes, that's the truth of the matter.
No, we're gonna have to go for 2 after that one. Sorry, that's. Anybody got any questions, please? I don't know that headstock. I've never seen a headstock like that one.
BC Rich says Fender made these weird basses in the 90s with a body like that. They didn't sell well and they're worth a ton. Yeah, isn't that like they did bass and guitar and they called it the Z's series or something like that? Because I think I remember that they had did guitar and bass.
The Entwistle Buzzard bass headstock design. Okay. Interesting. The furnace can kick on at any time. The sun's down. It's kind of chilly in here. Did we mention how Ryan likes to go live on his channel from time to time and apparently is entertaining or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Really entertaining. Had a blast there yesterday. Dude.
Yeah, Michael B was singing up a storm.
Man, that fella can pull off.
He told me there. I checked out a video. I said, "Man, you're a hell of a singer for a bass player." He goes, "Well, I'm actually a singer first, bass player second." I'm like, "Oh,
there you go."
Any experience with Edwards guitars and made in Japan, a subsidiary of ESP? No. I think I've seen one though. Ooh, excuse me. Apparently it's a sativa.
Yes.
Yeah, Creep too. That's right. He did a great job of Creep. That was a cool little hang up and jam. So that was Sundays, and then he does Trans Tram Thursdays, which is self-explanatory. At 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. Do the math if you're in the middle.
think Pimp Daddy's slightly behind in the chat.
Yes, that is. I found out what it was.
Yes.
I will screen share it. Present.
There it is.
I'm just reading Pimp Daddy's comments.
There we go.
All right, what are we looking at?
This is the one guitar that they did guitar and.
Oh, it's got a Macmillan
versions of.
headstock.
Yeah. Yeah, now we know where Macmillan stole their headstock from, right?
I'm surprised they didn't get sued over that one too.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that's it. They did a guitar and bass version.
What the fuck are those pickups? The abominations.
Parallelograms?
What? Yeah, scroll down because it might show a close-up of them. Oh, forget that. Nope, I'm out.
Yeah, that's why they didn't sell well.
Both pickups are humbuckers with a peculiar shape. No shit. At least they're angled right instead of on a strat.
Variable scale guitar, the controls on the Fender Performer are volume knob and tone knob through a position selector and a coil split switch.
Nope. Okay.
Right up there with the Katana.
Oh, dear Lord. I'd play that. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would. Would I? No, I wouldn't. I might.
See how it fits. I try on, see how it fits. Don't
These
know
are
if
the
that output jack's in the right spot.
Fender failed designs.
Yeah, no kidding.
The System I 2-lock
Cheers, Joe.
2-point locking vibrato bridge.
Uh-huh.
Huh. And it's kind of like a bastardized Floyd.
Keith Campbell Devo called and wants their gear back.
There's a Squire version of the Katana.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
And of course,
What the?
Courtney loves Venus, Squire Venus by Fender,
Yes.
which was as successful as she was.
Right. All right. Well, enough of that. Any more questions?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Well, apparently they made a 12-string version of it.
That needs to be poked. Anyone use a Vibramite mount for a Bigsby V5? Are they worth the price? They're handy. They are handy, Ferd. I looked at them at a NAMM show. I like them. Tone Dragon? So do I.
Especially good if you don't want to damage the body of the guitar putting a Bigsby on it. Which Ben was mentioning you were thinking about doing.
I have no experiences with Bigsby or Bigsby-shaped objects, really. Although I may have played one guitar with one once. Because our friend of the channel, Sean Pierce Johnson, has a Lester Paulfish-shaped object with a Bigsby on it, which I may have played when I was at his place. Laz, you were there. What's up, Laz? Laz, what? Did I play Sean's Les Paul with the Bigsby?
I can't remember from the footage that I remember watching.
Because that's like 3 years ago, Trev. So who knows? You do, Bo. You need at least one double. I'm surprised actually Bo doesn't own a double neck. I'm kind of shocked at that.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie. And I'm kind of surprised he doesn't own a carven double neck, Trev. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guitars.
No Bigsby. Thank you. Thanks, Laz. See, Laz was much more sober than me. I'm just saying. Question.
Guitars.
Is Fender hiring designers? No. They should. but they're not. They should. But they're
I
not.
think they've got enough innovative people in the custom
Ooh.
shop.
Oh, that's a good question, Herb. All right.
Now we're talking 1,000 US. Does it have to be brand new, or can we buy one used?
No, use doesn't count, Trav, because you can snag on deals. So, best. Oh,
Boner jams.
all right. Let me think about that for a second.
I'm thinking,
All right. Laz is saying hi to everybody, but he can't tag everybody. Boner Jams coming in like a champ, says Kurt 5150 smokes meat. Like we didn't already know that.
yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Evening, everyone. Happy Monday. Have a great week. You too, Boner.
You too.
Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Just saying. All right. So best tube amp under $1,000. All right.
Are we talking
So
a
my
combo or
first
just
thought-
a head? Does it
My
come
first
with
thought
gut
that comes to mind is, can you buy a tube amp for under $1,000?
Look right behind you. I think a new DSL 40 is about 12 Canadian, so that'd be 1,000 US.
Yeah, but I'm thinking a combo amp because you got to get a or unless you're getting a head and a cab for under $1,000, and the combo version is like $1,400 now.
That's almost 1,000 US.
That
I'm going
VHT
Canadian.
would be under 1,000. New.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other amp beside it that you've had for a while actually was just listed at Arden's for $1,099, so it doesn't make the cut because it's
Yeah,
over
we'll take it though.
$1,000.
That's a recent inflation. So yeah, the AC15. That was a good call. I was thinking that
Yeah, the DSL 20 would fit the budget for sure.
DSL 20.
I was just gonna say
Which is
Paul
there's
Smith.
two totally different flavors too, Trev. Because an EC15 sounds nothing like a DSL.
Right.
I don't think Fender does. Do they do it too? Wow. You can get a little junior, but they just sound like tube practice amps. They don't sound like a real amp. I'm sorry.
Now, can a fella get his hands on one of those new EVH little combos? What are they, 15 watt or something? How much is something like that going to run a fella?
yeah, they haven't
And
put
still
a
weigh
price
80
on that
pounds
one.
probably.
Not the little one. It's a little 110, I think. With
They
like
got a
15
new
watts.
110 15 water that just came out.
But not sure if it's. Oh, here it
I
is.
don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Orange has a tube combo for under, let's say, $1,000. So it's 800 US.
Oh,
Trev, grab I just said.
1,100 Canadian on Cosmo. Doug
Okay.
just said, and 1,099 at Long and McQuaid.
They still don't have an announced Gearfest, have they, Doug? Bastards. Still going. They haven't.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the Mark Tremonti, Paul Reed Smith MT15 is just under 1,000.
All right, so if you want to play hard rock, if you're going for the hard rock / metalish, we'll say go for a DSL. If you want something a little janglier, go for an AC15. Those are my final answers.
Yep.
Yeah, Rev doesn't do a combo amp, so fuck them.
And also their D and G20 are basically 1,200 to 1,600 Canadian, so that puts them over the price range.
Those are
That's
used
what I was
though,
gonna
Randy.
mention.
Randy mentions the his bass breaker and his hot rod with prices, but it's not new. I don't think the bass breaker, it's not full tube. It's 92, I don't think, actually.
Yeah, if we can get to the used market, I mean, I got this.
Oh, used.
$300
Oh,
I
forget
got
it.
for $300. So for
Yeah, you can get
$900
tons
I
of
got-
tube amps for under $1,000. You can get a Blues Deluxe. I got the VHT. Got the Pine. It was under $1,000. It's tube.
The Bass Breaker 007 combo is 759 Canadian at Cosmo, Long and McQuaid, Reverb.com. Head version 617 at Cosmo.
See, people are mentioning the PRS amps. I have no experience with them. I don't know how the. I don't know.
I can only go from Octopus's ears, his experience. And he seemed pretty happy with his. There is no effects loop on that.
Oh, okay. Randy says that the bass breaker's full tube. Really?
Bass breaker 15 combo is actually $7.99 US.
It's all tube? Huh. I'll be dipped.
And Long McQuaid has it for $1,099 for the bass breaker 15 1x12 combo.
Right.
So, yes, bass breaker 15 is 15 watts of class AB from EL84s.
Gotcha. Okay. Herb says came close to buying the Vox Night Train.
No, that's had
All right.
decent reviews.
I'll go a few more minutes here. Excuse me. Hey, last questions. We'll get them on in. Again, reminder, Water Buffalo meeting this Wednesday at 7 Eastern, Ryan. I don't think he ever did answer. He just gave up. He said, I'll just keep clicking the link. Eventually they'll let me in.
Start at
You're
about
right.
6 o'clock.
So, yeah. That'll be fun. Be on for a few hours.
Always a blast.
Oh, there is no other 7. I don't think there is such a thing as a 7 a.m. Yes, Ryan.
7 a.m.
You're killing me, Ryan. You're killing me. So yeah, if you're a channel member or a patron, the link will be on Patreon. On Patreon, and if you're a member, it'll be on the community tab of my channel.
Mm-hmm. Later, Unbelievable.
See, unbelievable.
See, man.
Cheers, Herb. So yeah, what do we got coming up this week? A Martin, the Shawn Mendes signature 000 JR, I believe it's called. Shawn Mendes signature Martin demo this week, and possibly a restring video. I don't know. This telly's. I don't know why. I don't know. You're playing. You seem to be playing all right, but it's like, oh, what's that? What's the setup?
Speaking of Martins, if Martin, if you're watching, I think you fly out tomorrow, Tuesday.
You could be catching this
Hope you have
on
a
the
good
flight.
day.
Safe travels,
While
Martin.
he's sitting in an airplane or
Safe
whatever.
travels.
Have a great trip and look forward to see you this side of the pond.
Anybody traveling to NAM, safe travels.
Yes.
Drink lots of vitamin C based products. I recommend a screwdriver as a cold snack of choice while there. Worked for me. You know, take it with a grain. I've never had an anthrax. Been to several NAM
Sanitizer and your
stores.
vitamins together.
Those little
Yes, and Ben
emergencies,
was with
vitamin C
patient zero.
shots. Randy says, okay, going to call it night. Last question. Ben, would you ever own the Johnny Cash Martin you recently demoed? No.
Mm.
No.
Remember too, it was quite pricey as well, wasn't it?
It was quite dead sounding.
Ooh.
Like there was
Well,
no sustain. What do you
Johnny
expect when
Cash.
you wood fill a top? You can wood fill the neck. You can wood fill even the sides, maybe even the back. But you don't wood fill the top and then paint the top.
Mm.
So
Yeah, that wouldn't be
dead
good.
sounding. Very dead sounding. It's like putting a pillow in the kick drummer's drum. That's what I'm saying. Dead sounding.
Oh, wow.
So on that note, he's been Trav. He's been Terry. I've been me. Y'all been y'all. Rainy Price been Rainy Price. Ferd's been Ferd. Who else would he be? So, on that note, Presley right at the end. He's impersonating Dale Palmer. Be good to each other. Happy tone chasing. Hold those doors open. Let Trev ahead and try. He's got to go back to work at some point. He's been off for like, I don't know, a year and a half, it seems. He's enjoying
I
it.
work today. I just worked from home.
Oh, well, there we are. Yep. So that happened. What? For the OCD crowd? Sure. Don't litter.